Sunday, the NFL on CBS regular season kicks off with a fantastic doubleheader featuring early action between the Steelers and the Bills, with the Jets take on their former quarterback, followed by a matchup between two of the game's best young quarterbacks. All right, let's flash back. Oh, take a look. 15 years ago, 2006, who's that?
That's me. I won the game right there. Nate Clemens clip. We would have beat them. I ran it back for a touchdown in the fourth quarter. My first start of my rookie career.
First interception of your career. And today is the 15-year anniversary. And that was on Tom Brady.
Oh, man. I still have that football.
I was going to ask that. You still got the football.
Absolutely.
3rd and 10 for the Aggies, trailing 21-7. Bonner looking for room, has some real estate, but tripped up. Depends on where they spot it.
And that was nearly a big play touchdown for Bonner. I'm thinking Peasley was in the game. He might have scored right there. He hit it to shoelaces, and he's kicking himself.
Oh, how about this stop right here? 4th down, they just needed a yard.
Moving on the field.
Elliott Noah trying to make the play. And they give them the first down.
They're moving the sticks, and this is what Utah State's offense wants. They want to get yards on PM10. They want to get you up to the ball, and they want to up-tempo you. They want to fatigue you on defense, and they want to wear you down.
Great extra effort from Noah. And one of the guys keep an eye on, Justin McGriff, again with his size here, Dante.
Yeah, 6'6" down here in the red zone. You have to take a shot to it.
And a tough pass there. Looking for Derek Wright. You hear the crowd. They wanted a flag.
Yeah, it was sort of face guarding, but the corner did a good job of not touching the receiver right after that. He did. Oh, he might have touched it. I'm sorry. I have to take that back. Being a former defensive back, maybe that should have been called pass interference.
Replay don't lie. 2nd and 10. Bonner is throwing for 103 yards in this game so far. 6 for 10, 1 touchdown already. 2nd down, handoff to Noah, squeezing through the tackles, and gets brought down after a short game.
And something that's not talked about enough is the way that this defense plays together. Yes, they're a little smaller up front. Yes, they might be outmatched at the cornerback position. They communicate well. They run to the football. They tackle well. And guess what? They believe that they can win this game.
It's early, but is it 4-down territory for Utah State?
I would think so.
3rd and 5. Bonner keeps it himself, trying to get to the outside, breaks a tackle, and is brought down. Now we'll see how aggressive Blake Anderson wants to be here. And here comes the field goal unit.
I don't know if I agree with this. I think that you have to match North Dakota score for score. Right now, they're scored on the first 3 drives of this game. And Utah State, they're going to go with the 3 here. I don't know if this is going to come back and bite them later.
Connor Coles, 3 for 3 last week. Attempted a 26-yarder here. Stephen Kotson Lee, the holder. And that ball is up and through. So Utah State, they get some points on the board. They still trail by 11. North Dakota on top, 21-10. After a 12-play, 66-yard drive, Utah State gets a field goal. North Dakota still on top, 21-10. Time now for Worth a Watch, brought to you by Principal Financial Group. Justin Rice, they really need the Aggies for him to step up.
They actually do, and he's the most aggressive linebacker on their team. He's the quarterback of this defense, and this is when you have to pull your guys to the side and say, hey, we gave up 3 straight touchdowns. We can't do this if we want to win this game. I expect him to make some big plays, and for Ephraim Banda, the defensive coordinator from Utah State, to heat these guys up.
We talked about it with the coaching staff yesterday. Again, the success that they had a week ago, that come from behind victory. The coaches almost felt like there was a danger of the guys feeling too good about themselves after that win, and they wanted them to get focused during the week of practice. They've been shell-shocked early in this game from the North Dakota offensive attack. Dakota takes a knee in the end zone as we take a look at the first 3 drives of the game for North Dakota. Dante, all touchdowns.
Touchdown, 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 extended drives. They're basically doing whatever they want. They're running the ball at will. They're throwing the ball at will. And in the trick plays, this secondary, you have to be disciplined and focus on your keys, or this is going to continue to happen.
See what happens on this drive for North Dakota. In Utah State, they're fine giving up yards, but they want the opposition to kick it, either a punt or a field goal. Unfortunately, they failed in that regard in the early going. 4th drive of the game for North Dakota. Weah with the carry. Quickly brought down.
That's how you like to see your linebackers play. Downhill, physical football. Reading the offensive line and pullers in front of them. Getting to the ball carrier and being physical upon arrival. I like what I'm seeing right now. Maybe somebody did pull those guys to the side and say, hey, do you want to get embarrassed tonight by FCS team? If not, you better step it up.
Gut check time. A.J. Vaughn Pashon with that tackle. And this is a great crowd here at Utah State. Quiet right now, given the start from North Dakota. Belquist in motion. Schuster to pass. And it's hauled in. Another first down for the Fighting Hawks.
And the corners from Utah State, yes, they play a lot of man-to-man coverage, but they're not getting up and contesting these wide receivers at all. That's an easy slant, 2-yard route. They should be tackled right on the spot. That goes for a first down. I'd like to see them get up and compete a little more.
Garrett Mogg on the receiving end of that 15-yard reception. You see the numbers for Tommy Schuster. 10 for 12, 159 yards. As a team, they're 12 for 14 for 175 yards. There's another run. And it's Weah brought down just a couple yards shy of the first down marker.
Oh, he is oh so close from breaking one. I just feel it. You see right there. He read it perfectly. And there he wants to get out of that tackle, get up on the safety, because he feels like he should win that battle every time. Keep knocking, and he's going to go through that door.
We had some fun with this because he said the coaching staff told him a safety should not be able to bring you down.
Yeah, and then I told him, I said, okay,
Zoom
coach, don't talk like that. But yeah, you know, I agree with him. When you're a running back getting in the open field with 2 or 3 ways to go and you can't run a guy over, you should win every time.
2nd and 2. Give once again to Weah, brought down quickly. Ale Motuapuaka with the tackle.
And that's what you expect your defensive tackles to do. You beat a double team, you get off the ball quickly, and you get the ball carry on the ground for the tackle for loss. The big man making plays up front. That's what they're looking for.
Big play here. The Aggies want to get their defense off the field, but they're going to need a stop. They've had trouble doing that here. The Fighting Hawks 4 for 4 on 3rd down. 3rd and 5. Schuster rolling. Brought in, but brought down quickly. Great play by Dom Tatum.
And when we talked to defensive coordinator Ephraim Banda, he said that this guy showed up to camp ready this year. He was physical, he was flying around, and there he cleared over the top playing man-to-man coverage so he didn't get picked. Go down and make a physical tackle. They needed that stop on 3rd down.
Big time play. Brock Boltman brought down quickly. First punt of the ball game for the Fighting Hawks. And we got a timeout on the field.
Utah State.
To Utah State.
Take their first charge time of the half. The timeout will be extended to immediate.
The Fighting Hawks will kick it away on the other side of this timeout. First big time stop from the Utah State defense. North Dakota leads 21-10. Back here in Logan, Utah, Michael Grady, Dante Whitner. Got ourselves a compelling ball game. First punt for the Fighting Hawks. They scored touchdowns on their first 3 drives of this game. Ranked top 10 in each of the 3 FCS polls. And they're making a statement against Utah State in the early going.
But coming into this game, we knew that they were a good football team, continuity on every level, that they would come out and give their best effort, and they've shown that so far.
Punted away by Cade Peterson. And it takes a Utah State bounce. Let's take a look at the head coaching timeline for Utah State. Gary Anderson has had 2 stints as a head coach for Utah State, 2009 to 2012. Came back for the 2019 season. Matt Wells, head coach from 2013 to 2018. And then Frank Mallet, both times served as interim coach between those coaching changes.
And they haven't really had any consistency here. 4 years in a row they've had a new offensive coordinator, 5 years in a row a new defensive coordinator, and 7 years in a row a new special teams coordinator.
That's unheard of. I think they're set with this staff here. High pass is Justin McGriff. There's a few targets in this ball game, a little bit too high. And if you throw it over Justin McGriff's reach, you threw it high there. Yeah,
you threw it high, and you want to protect your knees. He's 6'6". He got hit on the knee right there. If you want to scare a big receiver, hit him on the knee.
2nd down and 10. Bonner. Quick handoff. Calvin Tyler Jr. making a man miss. And is eventually brought down. A couple yards shy of the 1st down marker.
And that's what I saw from Kyler Jr. last week. He's patient in there. You see how he's setting up his blocks. You see the stutter step get you. He's going to get more carries, and he's going to be a big part in this game.
3rd down and 3 this time. Connecting with Justin McGriff. That'll move the sticks.
It looked like he's awake now. He took that first hit on the knee, came back to the same play, caught the football. He should be ready to make some plays now.
Evan Holm brought him down. 1st down and 10 Aggies. Another quick handoff. Calvin Tyler Jr. trying to get to the outside. May have been a face mask there as the flag is thrown and knocked out of bounds.
It looked like they might call a hold there on the right tackle. He didn't really know where the back was. You're expecting the run to go up inside. That last grab right there, and in the face mask, so it could be on both sides.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 18, 15 penalty, automatic, 1st down.
They just get the face mask there. Let's take another look. It's Ty Shannon. A lot of face mask there, so 15-yard penalty, 1st down and 10 for the Aggies. Looking to continue to apply pressure on the Fighting Hawks, who got off to a fast start. Tyler Jr. with the handoff, but brought down quickly.
And that's what we talked about with DC. Brett Halinka from North Dakota. We talked about running run stunts up front, getting extra guys in the box, and that's exactly what they did right there to stop the run.
Gain of 2 yards. 2nd and 8 for Bonner. Fakes the handoff. Looking for a man. Tompkins, middle of the field. Nice move. Brought down at the 12-yard line.
Electric, smooth, and Bonner getting him the ball so that he can continue to run. He's going to make multiple big plays tonight. I don't see anybody in this secondary that can cover him. And if you want to get into the end zone, if you want big plays, target Devin Tompkins.
26-yard gain. Aggies in business in the red zone. Bonner, quick pass once again, too high for Justin McGriff.
And we expected Justin McGriff to get the ball in the red zone with the height differential. Right there, just dropped it. But look at the guy at the top of the screen up there. The entire defense is on the left side hash. How about you throw it up top and see what your guy can do if he can come down with the football?
Savon Scarborough in the game. 4 wide receivers out there. Justin McGriff at the bottom of your screen. 2nd and 10. Bonner rolling out. Trying to buy himself some time. Throws it up. And it's out of bounds. Incomplete. It'll be 3rd down. The crowd once again not liking a no call. Thought there was some contact in the back of the end zone.
It looked like a lot of contact in the back of the end zone, but whenever the quarterback flushes, the defensive backs have to go into radar mode. And you see the grab there. I don't know if the ref saw it, but whenever the quarterback gets outside the pocket, you go into a radar, you latch on to the receivers. North Dakota's defense is pretty disciplined at what they're doing, and they're putting them in a long situation, 3rd and goal from the 13.
The Aggies 2 for 6 on 3rd down. 3rd and 10. And we got another timeout. Timeout, Utah State, their second of the half.
Utah State will take their second charge time of the half. 30 seconds.
Now, the last time the Aggies weren't able to convert on this end deep in the red zone, they went for the field goal. Would you go field goal once again, or do you think you stay aggressive and try to go for the TD?
You have to stay aggressive. Talking to Blake Anderson this week, he said it's not good enough to just get into the red zone and settle for field goals. We want to be a dynamic offense, and the only way you can be dynamic is if you score touchdowns and not field goals.
North Dakota last week against Idaho State forced a turnover on downs with a terrific goal line stand. Again, this is a defense that, again, they are awfully confident. They get after the football, and they played well in the first half of this game against a very dynamic Utah State offense.
And they played together for a long time. In the red zone, things happen quickly. You have to have the communication down, ready to motion and shift, and take your coverage quickly.
Third down and 10. Bonner playing well in this game. Back to throw. Pressure, and he's brought down. And a flag on the play. May have been a face mask.
And that's unfortunate. That's an aggressive penalty. Came clean. They're showing opposite rotation, bringing the blitz from the field. And this is when we talk about this defense. They're good at what they do. They disguise, they blitz. They don't play much man, but when they do blitz, they tend to get home.
That was Brett Erweiler who came in for the sack.
Original foul for face mask. Fourth down, Utah State.
And they pick up the flag. Huge play for the Fighting Hawks defense.
Yeah, that's a huge play, and you see it. They're showing to the left of the screen, bringing the blitz off the right, free blitzer, and you can't see it. It looks like he has the outside of the shoulder pad there. He doesn't have the face mask. Good job of stopping them in the red zone, holding the 3 points. That's what you have to do if you want to steal possessions from Utah State.
37-yard attempt here. That was the first sack given up by Utah State this season. Connor Coles from 37 yards out. And it's good. They don't get 7, but they inch a little bit closer. 21-13, 7:15 to go in the first half. Tomorrow morning at 10:30 Eastern, join CBS Sports Network and our Inside College Football crew as we highlight our athlete service members on a day of reflection and remembrance. That's tomorrow at 10:30 Eastern, the anniversary, Dante, of 9/11.
Yeah, and I remember being 14 years old in high school, going over the PA system, watching it on TV in art class, and just seeing a surreal moment with a plane hitting the buildings in New York City. And, you know, my heart still goes out to everybody affected and involved. Just a tragic time in American history.
It'll be an emotional day tomorrow. Make sure you join us here on CBS Sports Network again at 10:30. We have ourselves a game right now. Utah State trailing 21-13, slowly but surely chipping away as Nimrod kicks that one deep, and Luke Skokna will not return. Utah State certainly comfortable playing from behind after what we saw last week.
They are playing from behind, and they showed it last week that the culture is changing here in Utah State. And Blake Anderson, that's what he said he wants to see from his guys. And he gives a big shout out to their strength and conditioning coach for having them prepared. And when I say prepared, they feel like they run more than any team in the country, so that in the fourth quarter, they're going to wear you down, and they're ready to, you know, step up their game. So Utah State, they have a lot left in the tank.
They scored 15 unanswered points in the final 5:25 of their game last week to shock Washington State. Quick handoff. Weah breaking tackles, finding some room and brought down, but he picked up the first down first.
He's chipping away at these yards. He's making the proper reads. And he's, you know, utilizing his ability right there. The defender coming up from behind, you should go for the swipe on the football there. A guy that doesn't see you, you can possibly get that ball out. But, you know, Otis Weah, he told us what he was going to do. He said he's going to run angry, he's going to be physical, and he's doing that so far in this first half.
Rushed for 114 yards last week and a career-high 3 touchdowns. Up to 45 yards rushing tonight on 11 carries. Schuster trying to get it away. Finally does. And making some moves. Brock Boltman ran into his offensive lineman. Probably could have got some more.
Yeah, he was going to get more. Ran into his own guy. And they said that they're going to get him involved. We've seen 2 screens to him. And, you know, he's dynamic when he gets the football in his hand. He's one of those guys that can just make you miss. And he's ready for the big play.
Second down and 2. Brock Boltman making some plays in this ball game. 3 catches, 27 yards, a touchdown pass. Second of his career. Schuster, quick toss to Weah, trying to get outside, and he's brought down by Justin Rice. We talked about him a little bit earlier, needing to step up for the Aggies.
Mama, there goes that man again. He sees it, he locates it, and he's giving full effort to the ball on every single play. And I don't know, I'm not even sure he was supposed to go into the block there, but he's running full speed, and that's what you like to see from your linebackers, arriving with physicality.
The senior from Modesto, California, transfer from Arkansas State, came over with Coach Blake Anderson. 3rd and 1. Oh, miscommunication there as Otis Weah brought down by his teammate Marcus Preston on a crucial 3rd down.
Crucial 3rd down, and right there you have to get the timing correct. That's something that they probably practiced a handful of times this week. You have to allow the wide receiver motion to get past before you snap the ball. Costly mistake for North Dakota.
That was one of the better tackles of the game so far. Unfortunately, it was teammate on teammate. North Dakota forced a punt once again, with Utah State continuing to gain momentum. Jordan Nathan with a fair catch at about the 17-yard line.
Time out on the field.
Utah State, they kicked field goals on the last 2 drives, trying to get closer to this ball game. North Dakota continues to lead. 4:38 to go in the first half. North Dakota leading Utah State 21-13. Coming up on the Verizon halftime report, Brent Stover, Kevin Carter, Houston Nutt, and Danny Cannell will get you caught up on all of the scores and news in college football. Plus, we'll have first half stats and highlights. This is all coming up on the Verizon halftime report. All right, Dante, let's take a look. Your top 5 teams in college football right now. No surprise, Ohio State.
Yeah, I wanted to put Ohio State at number 1, you know, but I couldn't do that. Alabama, they deserve that spot. Nick Saban has those guys playing lights out each and every year. Ohio State number 2, Ryan Day, Georgia, Oklahoma, Texas A&M. I think those are the top 5 right now in college football.
Bonner, quick pass and some running room right there.
That's that top play that they want on PN10, Michael. That's the first play of a series. Get a first down, hurry up. Now they want to wear out the defense.
Derek Wright hauled that in for the 16-yard gain. 1st and 10. Bonner, handoff. Tyler Jr., a lot of running room. Bulldozes his way past midfield.
John Gentry had 14 carries last week for 47 yards. They wanted to see more from him, and there he gave it to him. That was his first carry of the night, and lowered the boom on the safety.
Found the hole, 24 yards on the play. Another quick pass and some running room. Tompkins out of bounds. Just inside the 25-yard line. Utah State cooking.
I'm pretty sure that this up-tempo has this defense discombobulated. He was wide open with nobody around him, and I know they don't want to leave Tompkins by himself.
1st and 10 once again. Fake handoff to Gentry. Stiff arm from Bonner. Still no room, though. It goes out of bounds. Big loss there. Nice play from the North Dakota D.
Yeah, they were penetrating. That was ugly from the beginning. I actually thought the running back had the ball. Bonner kept it. You got to be careful with these stiff arms as a quarterback. You don't want to get your hand caught into that face mask and hurt your hand.
Competent with the force out of bounds on Bonner.
That's going to look ugly on film.
2nd and 15 for the Aggies. Gentry alongside Bonner. Another fake handoff. Bonner. Big throw. And knocked out of bounds, incomplete.
A lot of zone coverage, and if you watch Tompkins at the bottom of the screen, you'll see him like, throw me the ball. I don't have anybody standing over me. He went to the right side, but if he scans the field, you'll see that they're really vacating the zones that Tompkins is entering. If I'm them, I'm throwing the ball to Tompkins every time.
Bonner was limping a little bit. May have aggravated something on that tackle out of bounds. 3rd and 15. Bonner. High pass to Tompkins, who holds it in. Shy of the first down. But Utah State, you talked about this, looking to apply some pressure here as the offense still out there on the field.
Yeah, they're testing the conditioning of North Dakota right now. They don't play a lot of man, which is why Tompkins keeps getting open.
Bonner looking for Tompkins, incomplete, and a flag is thrown.
Similar to last week on the opposite side of the field in the 4th quarter when he drew the PI, he did the same thing here. They're going to throw the smaller guy the football, and he's going to make plays, whether it's a PI or he comes down with the ball. Definitely a pass interference.
And you heard the eruption from the Aggie squad.
Defense, number 25. The 15-yard penalty forcing the previous spot. An automatic. First down.
Jordan Kennedy called for the foul.
And it's always tough when you get a safety caught on a speedy receiver like that. They tend to panic sometimes, and that's exactly what he did in that situation. He panicked. If he would just look back for the football, he might have had an interception or a pass breakup.
1st and goal after the pass interference on Kennedy. Utah State gaining momentum. We haven't talked a lot about the altitude, but that certainly plays a factor. Bonner keeping it himself and brought down after a minimal gain. Luke Lennon in on the tackle.
And then we go to last week. You'll see it. Logan Bonner throwing it up in the 4th quarter. Tompkins getting another PI. The defensive backs are so afraid that he's going to run by you that they panic when the ball is in the air, and you see it right there. He knew it all the way. He knew he had him.
2nd and goal for the Aggies. Gentry in at running back.
With the height disparity at the bottom of the screen with Justin McGriff, I don't know why they just don't throw it up.
Bonner rolling to his right. Trying to find his man, and another flag is thrown. A battle for the football, and they're calling it a touchdown. Bonner took another hit, but throws the touchdown to Derek Wright.
And I think he's best when he's on the run. Whenever he gets outside the pocket, he's going to make a big play. Flushing to his right, throwing a dart. Wide receiver right, having to fight for the ball, and they're going to naturally.
Number 17. That penalty declined by rule. Touchdown. Utah State.
They're going to naturally give that to the receiver with the first catch, and you see it. He stripped it away from the defender. Touchdown, Utah State.
That was
I'm surprised they're not going for 2 right now.
They're going to settle for the field goal here, make it a 1-point game. Let's see if they're going to look at that play. This one was really, really close. Both players are battling for the football. It looked like there was a chance it could have hit the ground. And that call is going to stand as a touchdown. Connor Coles for the extra point. gets it through. It was 21-7 North Dakota. Was. But Utah State battling back just as they did in the fourth quarter last week. If we take a look at this touchdown once again.
It looks like a one-hand grab. It looks like the defender helps him bring it into his body. Just a phenomenal catch, phenomenal focus. And you have to give the hats off to Logan Bonner for trusting that his receiver going to come down with the ball.
1:55 to go in the first half. Utah State won the toss and deferred, so they'll get it to start the second half. This is a very important 1:55 for North Dakota. Try to get some momentum that they had to start this football game.
Yeah, and you know, these football games are roller coaster rides, and you have to know that. On the sideline, the guys are, okay, let's stay patient, let's not panic. But hey, you start off 3 straight touchdowns, you went cold. Utah State, they're punching back. You know, this is like it's going to be a good football game.
We've seen what makes Utah State's offense so deadly. We also see how it plays into the hands of the opposition if they have a quick possession. But they've got field goals on back-to-back possessions, got a touchdown there, and it's a 1-point ball game. Skokna brought down at the 25. Schuster and company making their way out here on the field.
Physical football in all 3 phases: offense, defense, special teams. It looked like he might have had a little room to that left side, but that hole quickly closed up.
What does Utah State start to do better on defense?
Well, they're just starting to communicate and settle down. They was like discombobulating. They was everywhere. Eyes in the wrong places. Secondary not being disciplined. They've settled down. They've tackled well. They communicated, and they're back in this game.
1st and 10 for the Fighting Hawks. Quick pass. Mogg with the catch and get some extra yardage. First down, North Dakota after the 18-yard gain.
Another slant. I don't know what's going on the interior of this defense, but it looks like the corners have to latch on. Good tackle from Reynolds in the middle of the field.
Fighting Hawks have thrown for nearly 200 yards in this first half. Schuster to Skokna, and he's battling for extra yards and finally brought down.
Making a good catch out of the backfield, fighting for the extra yards.
It was Nick Henninger with the body slam at the end of that play. And a quick pass, and it's intercepted. Justin Rice off the deflection. Big time play for the Utah State defense.
Exactly what the doctor ordered. Dominic Tatum should have had the pick first, but guess what? Tips and overthrows. That's what you preach as a defense. You tip the ball. Once he catches it, you get blockers in front. Great job of Utah State's defense settling down, coming through with the turnover. Now they give their offense the opportunity to go down and score points.
Look at how fired up Ephraim Banda in that group there. Awfully fired up at his defense, forcing a turnover. And after a 21-7 advantage for North Dakota, Utah State an opportunity to take the lead. And in the ball game now, Andrew Peasley. Logan Bonner was limping at the end of that last possession for Utah State. Peasley threw for 76 yards, carried for 43 yards last week in that win over Washington State.
I'll be looking for a quarterback direct run, light box.
He hands it off to Tyler Jr., brought down quickly. It'll be 2nd and 10.
In this up-tempo offense, they give the quarterback the option to read how many men are in the box, call a quarterback design run, or get it out in the bubble to make them tackle in the open field.
One more timeout for Utah State. Approaching 40 seconds in this first half. Peasley fires away, low pass, but it's hauled in. Savon Scarborough with the catch.
That's a long, dangerous throw right there. I don't know if Peasley should be throwing that ball to the sideline.
Bonner standing by again. They have been dinged up on that last possession. Peasley on the run, incomplete. And so they'll have to punt it away after the Justin Rice interception. 19 seconds on the game clock.
It looks like they're going to keep the offense out there. They're going for it.
Well, they thought about it.
Yeah, they thought about it. I don't think. Oh, let's see.
And finally, they do bring the punting unit out there onto the field. Would you like them to stay aggressive? Again, that's the hallmark of Utah State, staying aggressive.
Yeah, they've done it multiple times last week versus Washington State in extended drives, especially in that fourth quarter.
Utah State will take the third and final timeout of the half. 30 seconds.
Well, we had to wait a while for this game to get started. Lightning delay, then the stadium lights went out, and this game has been lights out. North Dakota, very fast start in this one. Utah State chipping away. Again, they had a fantastic come-from-behind victory against Washington State. Both of these teams 1-0. North Dakota showing why they should have respect heading into this ballgame.
Yeah, absolutely. They're showing why they should have respect. And I knew coming into it, they have 9 5-year starters on the defensive side of the ball, which told me that they're used to playing with each other. They have continuity. They're used to communicating, and they've played in a lot of big games. As far as Utah, they have a young football team. They're really still trying to find out who they are, and right now they're showing it. Are we going to start calling them the Cartier Kids?
That's certainly been the storyline so far. Chipping away in this first half, trailing by 1. Stephen Costinley back to kick. Luke Skopna back for the Fighting Hawks. And that ball will stop around the 14-yard line. 6 seconds to work with. North Dakota, an opportunity to catch their breath, literally, after 31-yard punt, by the way, for Costinley. In this altitude, we haven't talked a lot about it, but it certainly plays a factor when we're talking about here at Utah State, 4,500 feet above sea level.
It is, especially when you're on defense and they're coming at you with this up-tempo offense. You're out there sucking wind. But Brent Halika, the defensive coordinator for North Dakota, he said that they'll rotate guys. When guys top a helmet, they'll get new guys in there. You normally don't see that from defensives.
Schuster takes a knee. Despite that comeback from Utah State, has to feel good about his guys. North Dakota a lead at the break. 21-20 after some big-time plays for both teams. The Fighting Hawks leading by 1 at halftime here on CBS Sports Network.